in high school, and how till this day I still carry a Vaseline petroleum jelly with me wherever I go. It's in my bag so I can keep my lips all moisturized. There are other brands and there are other petroleum jellies that do the job,
Right.
but I also think it's we grew up with this particular brand, and so even in your adult years, you're like, well, what else must I buy? I'll buy Vaseline. Anyway, that's just me.
Brand loyalty
That's
is what
just
it's
me.
called.
That's
Really
just me.
beautiful. Okay, so South Africa observed Heritage Day on the 24th of September this year, as per annual. Okay, and it is observed every year. It is a public holiday, and this is where South Africans are basically encouraged to celebrate themes around culture and heritage and traditions, and looking at it from a wide, broad context, if I could put it that way, nationally, so that people can speak about belonging, speak about their heritage and their culture. So that's essentially what it is about. And this Heritage Day, Vaseline South Africa struck a powerful cultural chord and sparked nostalgia in many South African homes with a social media campaign or post, as it were, that invited South Africans to reflect on the beauty of everyday rituals and the small acts of care and wisdom passed down from generation to generation. So this post, if you haven't seen it, encourage people to share their gogo's morning routine. So if you don't know what a gogo is, it's a grandmother, okay? Grandmother's morning routine, a creative call that quickly ignited memories and sparked heartfelt engagement across the nation. On the line with us, we have Anele Mapanga, Head of PR for Beauty, Wellbeing and Personal Care at Unilever South Africa. And we're going to talk about this campaign because I saw it go viral literally in 5 seconds. It was viral. There are people that were mute on social media that were unmute very quickly because they had a nostalgic story to share about their morning rituals with their grandmothers. A pleasure to have you on the show. Anele, welcome to Channel Africa.
Good afternoon, guys. Actually, it's Navini Ramsamie from the brand team. Anele is not on the line today. So great to meet you both.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you for the courtesy. Apologies to get your name incorrect. Let's talk about this campaign because I think for me, just first of all, the imagery. I mean, I remember somebody commenting on social media saying, this is what happens when you get the right creatives in the room. So let's talk about creatively how you got to get into sort of establishing this campaign in this manner.
Okay, perfect. So I think first and foremost, you actually hit the nail on the head. We have incredible agency partners who came up with this beautiful creative VML team. So a big shout out to them. But I think it always goes back to the intent and the objective of what we were trying to do for Heritage Day. What we wanted to do is remind consumers that as much as tradition may evolve over time, your shared lived experiences remain so deeply rooted in your cultural heritage. And one perfect example of this was the memory of Gogo applying Vaseline onto your face. I mean, it was a simple act of love, but it is so become part of your heritage and your culture. And one of the big things that came out of it as well, you would have seen on the post, which inspired our call to action, was some traditions are passed down and others are rubbed in. So just reaffirming and reigniting that love and that passion that our Gogo gave us when she took care of us. And this could be your Gogo, your grandma, your Oma.
And I love that. Listen to this, right? Mtanaka Gogo. Grandma's baby, grandma's child. Some traditions, I love how she said it. Some traditions are not passed down, they are rubbed in. Oh, we'll continue our conversation with Vaseline around their campaign of nostalgia, taking us back, and how certain traditions and skincare routines, especially from Ukoko, your grandmother, have been passed down to you, and how you are carrying that legacy and passing it on to the next generation. It's 22 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. We continue the conversation right after this.
África. Conhece o Ntivani?
Claro que sou eu.
Ntivani é o amante da música de corpo e alma.
Eu amo música africana.
Ele aprecia todos os tipos de melodias e passa os seus dias a ouvir a Channel África. Adivinha só, a Channel África quer ajudar o Ntivani e os amantes da música em todo o lado a descobrir ainda mais música incrível. Por isso, a Channel África está a convocar artistas africanos a submeterem as suas músicas. Músicos, lembrem-se de nos dar todas as informações relevantes no music@channelafrica.co.za. As submissões são a vossa oportunidade de ser ouvidos, mas não garantem inclusão na lista. Todas as submissões serão cuidadosamente analisadas para verificar se cumprem os requisitos da nossa estação. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
The Upside. On the Upside, your voice matters.
It's 23 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. We continue our conversation about Vaseline's campaign, reminding us to celebrate the beauty of everyday rituals through a social media post which invited people to share their gogos, their grandmother's morning routine, and how that has been, shared from generation to generation, and how we continue that tradition today. On the line, we are joined by Navini from the Vaseline South Africa team of brilliant individuals who created this amazing campaign. Navini, let's talk about some of your own memories. It's easy for us to reflect as a brand, but your own personal memories of Vaseline and your Gogos skincare routine.
No problem. So I think the one thing with Vaseline, it transcends race, religion, diversity, culture. And my story was with my grandmother. We, as Hindus, call her Ma. She used to always take care of us, apply Vaseline onto our skin, making sure that we are ready to take on the day, giving us soft skin and the confidence as young children to take on the day.
That is amazing. I mean, you speak about how these small acts of care kind of just resonate very strongly with South Africans across different communities, But let's talk about the success of this campaign, because I think that's just such a big highlight. How has the response on social media exceeded your expectations, and what kind of stories stood out for you that you can note for us today?
Sure. So look, honestly, it's exceeded our expectations in the wildest way. We knew this was going to do well, but to the level of felt like we almost broke the internet at one stage. And I think what's made it really special for the team and I, that this is being reshared across not only Africa and South Africa, across the globe, people resonating with that shared experience, and reaching out and talking about their experiences. And for me, that is so important, because as a brand team, we pride ourselves in understanding our consumers and how the brand fits within our communities. And that one universal truth that kept emerging from conversations and research was around us childhood memories. And that's how we got to this moment in time. And to see the love and impact coming through globally has been phenomenal. We've actually had quite a few international actors, people from abroad sharing the post, something to be seen. It's been called the ad of the year, and it's just been absolutely incredible.
I can understand why. And Navini, I have to apologize, because I think we've changed your name like 5 times this afternoon. I apologize. And we're currently speaking to Navini Ramsamie, marketing lead of Vaseline Southern Africa. And some of the internationals that you were talking about, I saw a comment here under that post. It comes from Joe Kenneth. He says, I can still feel the rough and weathered hands of my Haitian grandmother lovingly applying Vaseline to my face, to moisturize, to protect from the elements, but most importantly, to tell the world that I am a child who comes from care. How beautiful is that?
That is
Incredible.
super amazing.
Just incredible.
Okay. I want to know some everyday rituals, skincare or family routines that we need to consider as part of our cultural heritage. We heard what grandmother has been doing. A well-Vaseline child, a shiny child comes from a cared home. What other routines do we need to consider and pass down to our kids and their kids as part of our cultures?
So I think it also goes back to just I want to take a step back and talk about the roles of brands in preserving culture. So outside of just this culture, look, this culture resonates so widely, and it's not necessarily your go-go. It could be your mother, it could be your father. In this instance, of course, we have the memory of our go-go, our grannies, our omas that have done this for us because she was the matriarch of the home. We know this. But going back to how we can honor and preserve culture, it's important for brands to understand this deep human truth on what drives consumers' love and need. And from that, you can actually start forming moments for where the brand can actually show up with meaningful connections and traditions by sharing all of this moments in your family. And one of the things that Vaseline, so outside of Vaseline PJ, because you asked me what other skincare routines that we could share. Vaseline is not just PJ. It's a range of products that goes beyond petroleum jelly. Our heritage, of course, comes from petroleum jelly, but we have a skincare range that talks to lotions, creams. We recently launched a new gel oil that has taken the market by storm. And we already seeing the brand love that we're getting from just this one innovation. So the one thing I would say, skincare it's a loved personal moment. And it's for us as brands is to tap into that moment that allows us to be part of your personal journey as a consumer or in your household. And that's what Vaseline is trying to do by ensuring that we have a wide range of products to meet our consumer needs. So there will be more cultural moments that we can share across the continent or through our brand messaging, because Vaseline is 155 years old. And I'm so confident that we'll have more stories like this to share for the next 155 years.
Talk about a legacy brand. Everybody wants to have that kind of brand, you know, like a since business is what I call it, since 1901. Thank you so much. It was wonderful to talk to you. And we're definitely going to follow Vaseline on social media. I think just like the millions of other people have been doing, so that we can check in with your future marketing and community initiatives. Thank you very much for the time. All the best.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. As we go and rub Vaseline into our lips, let's cross to the sports desk.